Evidently not the first, but unbeknownst to us both, the last to be lured by unfulfilled promises. Figure you would skate away, avoid, ignore. But the ice broke. A shock to the system, a shift in timelines, flooded lungs, resurfaced memories, allowing us to sink to depths neither of us has reached with another soul. I forgot you knew how to swim. Crack a shell, take a chug, sugar water blue, hanging on bikes, jumping on gates, who's fastest in the crew? Riding through clothes, hung on a line, there's trouble to get into. Dirty hands make mud pies, lying tongues play truth or dare. Running legs take flight, children tumble, but don't care. The war began long before we knew we had to fight. Haunted by desire, held down by plight, attached to my back the tormentor of generations, destroyer of families. Take a sip of libation, give fuel to the enemy. One eye open, one closed, what's it gonna be? Stumble the path before me, or stop refusing to see? Sharp enough to end, stunning enough to peak. The interests of collectors, uninterested in the meek. Direct contact piercing, too intimidated to speak. Gentle hands, careful words, best used when handling this antique. Cries heard round the room, body covered in blood. A blessing to the world, hold tight, skin to skin. Hearts beat to a shared rhythm, a love that transcends time. Cries heard round the room, casket covered in chrysanthemums, a curse to a family. Hearts bruised, anticipating a break, a love that transcends space. I would live without all possessions for a last glimpse at your face. Gray clouds cover blue skies, always focused on the negative space. What about the kisses of sun freckled upon your face? Hear the fox sparrows chirp as squirrels scurry up, leafless trees, heavens high. Blessings begin pouring like tears on bended knees. Tossed in a dry well, matches lit, set ablaze, flames that burned many nights and days. Whispers around town, laughter and joy, excited at the downfall of the poor village boy. Thick smoke suffocates, steady winds pick up, ground shake underfoot, embers begin to erupt, and shock and awe, an unexpected surprise to watch both the sun and the phoenix rise. Heavy jackets taken off, an opportunity to let loose, cartwheeling through a field, singing about a train caboose. Laughter fills the air, scorching sun beams down. If you ask kindly, we'll go to the playground. Trekking back to school, exhaustion settles in, stuck on autopilot, praying for a second wind. Lull me back to sleep, false sense of security. Lids close, eye open, trapped between planes or doors closing quickly, between a backpack and a hard place. Sat in fluorescent seats, swaying back and forth, away from past into a destined future. Intense inferno ignited, twin hearts set ablaze, separated for growth, nevertheless stoking the flame. Journey to the inevitable, a renewed sense of self, breaking chains and barriers generations before had dull. Canvas splashed with blue, red and yellow paint, splotches of green coat ample cheeks. Tiny hands proudly display periwinkle palms or grasp sponges used to make orange clouds. Nothing more endearing than a brown sunset. Tucked away amongst overgrowth, a band plays to a seated crowd. Bass travels through the air, chills run down the spine, past legs towards feet that tap to a newfound tempo. Your palm and mine a distraction. Fingers interlock, we sway. Two people, one shared vibration. Anticipation creeps under skin. Nervous smiles exchange. First date, and yet sure. There came a time we met before with the way your scent lingers in my mind, as do thoughts of you. Will we see each other again? A siren, the way your song pulled me off the pavement and sat me down for a spell. Strum away, croon your tune to a love you hoped would last. Sudden, the way the sky opens up, as do empty palms, to catch tears from above. A gentle reminder, we share a secret smile. I know I'm not always right, but you have never been wrong. Dress me up as the bad guy. At least I wear it well. Allow you to roll your story. We've all got one to tell. Though I'm not one to keep up, fake appearances for validation from the same mouths that mocked my struggles when all I needed was a helping hand, maybe even a friend. Instead, they watched you fall, didn't care to lift you up. The way you flipped the script, I knew in an instant. Called you out on your plan. It was all so clear to see. Say I'm jealous of you when you're envious of me. Smiles of satisfaction, high fives for good measure, buried alive in a graveyard for your viewing pleasure. Ride off into the moonlight, though your laughter echoes, trapped 6 feet under, until my spirit bellows. Praying for a way out, gift of resilience kicks in, digging, nails turn to bone, paid for all my sins. Shovel as a second leg, hobbling towards safety, plans of revenge on hold. Don't make a decision too hasty. Different state, new faces, sudden the way you appear. Thought you finished me off, but I've conquered this fear. Winds whip, heavy raining, lashing out in frustration. What once was, now fading. Raising hell from above, pelted with emotion. Screeching, cannot repair, injuries sustained. Reminiscing on the warmth, what caused this strain. Gentle caress on a spring day, a long forgotten touch. Sunshine taken for granted, Mother Nature is fed up. Dragged down into the pit, shrouded in tatters, watch the world pass by, praying for acknowledgement, a savior, salvation, kindred soul to hear your cries. Please keep the change, throw it in a wishing well, may all of your dreams come true. Scoop you up, lay you down, soft mattress made of feathers, deliver you from hell. Statistic in a system, who doesn't care if we're gone too soon. Fragmented branch on a family tree, never figured it would be you. Survivor of a dark night, soul's journey back to when you knew how to daydream. Pluck a thought from the mind, effortlessly bring it to reality. Crowned in the astrals, seer of the unseen, tasked to lead, guide. Energy cannot be denied. Looking down from a perch, shades cover eyes, true intent. Maelstrom of malicious thoughts, felt without a breath spent. Hearing beyond all pretense, guided on a path uncharted. Grateful for the gifts presented, message from the dearly departed. In the world that's forgotten to feel, continue to create with passion. Unseen tears shed to heal, heart open, leading with compassion. Heavy armor laid down, sword leans against a tree, no longer serves others an opportunity to be free. Tend to seeds planted many moons ago, sown with love and care, amazed with the garden's growth. Scars fade with time, though linger through the night. Sunshine brings full bloom, what a glorious sight. Jolted out of slumber, clutch your chest, catch your breath, panic behind the eyes. Fed up with being another energy supply. Pack it up and move to the beat of your own drum. Others don't hear, but acknowledge the flare, shining like never before. Focus on marching ahead along a path with purpose. To go backwards is to fail. Nail hammered into the coffin. Heart and heart, uneasy start. No tools needed to chip away. Gentle voice, genuine word. No, you're here to stay. Unraveled in my palms. Watch the defenses fall down. Surprise how separate hearts share the same sound. Your light drew me in. Darkness made me stay. Intriguing how you brighten even the gloomiest days. Night falls, you unravel, discovering new shades of self. While entangled together, we wish for nothing but to create a new hue. Simmering below the surface, tensions built up for years, only just found the strength to convey. My anger covers up tears, mental prison of pain and anguish. Not the first to betray what once was a safe space, never again to set foot. And when the door opened and the light illuminated, a harsh truth us three know. Memories prayed away rise, left with a word of advice. Stay away from sharp knives. Brushstrokes across canvas, morning skies a pale blue. Pencil dances past paper, how one twirls around the room, performing for an absent audience. A song only the birds know. Sunshine greets cool skin. Warm mug meets soft lips. Grateful for slow mornings. Brown eyes glisten under the setting sun. Not much left to do. The day finally done. Shoes kicked off. Keep your feet planted. Feel negativity dissipates. New ideas take root. Encourage them to bloom. In time, you'll find the most delectable fruit. Nervous, awaiting approach, picture, taking words caught in the throat, faded. Cheers to how we met, faded, separated, back and ready to boast. Never seen a star shine so bright, outdoing the sun the way I'm taking flight. Here's my autograph, sir with a smile, flattered. Thanks for loving my style. Riding on a circuit, handlebars grip firm. Better to pedal hard than sit on the sidelines. Right back at the start, cycle at the cycle. Freedom appears in waves, stiff left, off the track. Arms outstretched wide. Brave enough to break through? Or repeat due to pride? Say you don't see color. Purple, green, blue. Promise to be accepting, no matter the hue. Purposefully colorblind, sat back in ignorance, living a life of bliss, choosing to ignore all differences, unique to us, important to stand out, similarities that connect, but instead you decide to tout. Never been a blank canvas, what's a Dalmatian without spots? Rattling the cage, wanting to break out, like seeking for salvation in the middle of a drought, hallucinating, wondering when aching wings would spread, laid up, snug in bed, couldn't picture it, just couldn't see how a girl like me was destined to be, moving and grooving, speaking her truth, watching me enjoy the fruits of my harvest. Months come to an end, but I'm just getting started.